Good afternoon, evening, day, morning, wherever you're listening to this, at whatever time you're listening to this. Welcome to the Fika Brunch Business podcast.
I'm your host.
Tia is your host. I'm the co-host. What now?
What's your name?
My name is Evo.
How old are
I
you?
can just about remember that part.
Okay, so I think we should caveat this podcast because, well, this episode.
No caveat. I think
Okay,
fans
fine.
are bored of hearing about our microphone issues.
No.
They're bored of hearing me rant about microphones. If you've got a microphone technician at home, if you just got the microphone,
One in the basement that you're keeping for a special occasion.
please send them our way.
Yeah, facts. Anyways,
What are we going to do today?
we're going to do a quick update.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is Evo's favourite kind of podcast, but we actually haven't done one of these in a while.
We haven't.
And we have been busy. We've been hustling away. We've also been up to I have been up to some fun things personally. One fun thing, but...
As you can notice, Tia's a bit tanned.
I am. Look at these
She's a little
tan
bit
lines.
tan.
Yeah, for anyone watching, it's real. It's not, I've not got the tan looks out.
I did doubt it, to be honest.
Yeah, how
when
dare
she
you.
first stepped in today.
But we have already established that I've just ruined many layers of my skin, which is why I go this dark. So don't do what I do, kids. Wear SPF.
Yeah.
But anyways, people are going to come for me. So, life update. Should I go first?
You go first.
Let me do my fun one, because I've got a funny story to go with this one. So I went on holiday last week. I went to Greece. I've never been to Greece before. To lovely Crete. 10 out of 10 recommend if anyone's planning on going to Greece. Have you been to Greece before?
I have been to Greece before. I went for a... I
Walking
don't know if the fans know about this side of me. I went to a salsa and bachata festival.
You have said you
I
used
like.
to.
Do
Yeah.
I say it every time?
Guys, I don't know if you know, but I used to dance salsa.
It was actually a great time. Yeah, I had a great
That
time.
was really
It was
broke in Greece.
Corfu. Yeah,
I've heard
lovely.
good things about Corfu.
Boat parties, normal parties, not on a boat, beach parties. It was great.
Every variety of party you could
Yeah.
think of.
You know what we should do? On the Fika Brunch and Business page, we should post a picture of me salsa dancing. I think that would be great. Just so the fans know. Coming
Okay.
up, stay tuned.
You find a picture of you salsa
From that
dancing.
trip.
Yeah, or just in general.
So enough about me.
Yeah, so loved Greece. Perfect weather in September. It was just great. I went with some friends and it came at a very good time. Very, very good time. It was a very necessary break, I think, because I've been hitting it hard for the last couple of months. I've been hustling away. I've been pumping iron.
Let's feel the gains. Wow, you can see them through the t-shirt.
Yeah, mad. No, I feel like we've had a very busy couple of months.
Yeah.
There's been a lot happening, and Fika things have been pretty much like fully on my plate because you've been working on stuff in London, which we do also have updates on. But yeah, so I've kind of been running day-to-day, week-to-week stuff for Fika, along with Sophie, obviously. And it's been a lot. There's always a lot to think about with 3 cafes. There's always many fires to put out. And I've also been working in the kitchen a little bit because classic, we have no chef. So it's just, it's been a lot. But, funny story.
I'm looking forward to this.
Okay,
story.
right, so.
This is going to be a live reaction, by the way, from me.
Should
I've
we
not
do
heard
the
this
same
story
joke
before.
again? Not clickbait. You found it funnier last time I said it.
I did.
I have just recycled that joke, but
It's lost it a little bit.
so your gal needs like 7-8 hours of sleep a night, and in the last couple of months, I have probably been getting like an average of 4, maybe 5, which is bad. It's not good for me. I'm not a good person.
No one can do 4 or 5 hours of sleep. Let's be honest. If you're sitting behind the camera saying I survive on 4 or 5 hours of sleep, you're lying. You're lying to yourself
I do
and you're
think
lying
some
to your
people
peers.
can, but I think it's also what you're used to. Like I function best and feel rested on like 7-8 hours of sleep. And running also, there's a difference between sleeping for 4 hours one night and then sleeping for 4 or 5 hours like weeks in a row. And only getting like a full night's sleep every like 5-6 days.
Yeah.
And I've also, I'm quite a good sleeper anyways. You've always struggled with your sleep quite a lot. I've never really struggled with it. But recently I've not been sleeping very well. I pretty much never sleep through the night at the moment. I wake up at least once, sometimes twice.
Not ideal.
So sorry if I've been a bit of a bitch to everyone around me recently. It's not the real me.
I'm sure the fans think you're lovely.
So really needed a bit of a rest, a bit of a break. And on holiday, I really set out with the intention of like actually resting. Again, we've spoken about this on the podcast, but like I feel guilty about taking time off and not doing, but I was like, I'm going to intentionally go on holiday and take time off and not feel guilty about it. And if I want to just lie on the beach all day and read my book or scroll on TikTok, which did happen some days, I'm going to just do it and not feel guilty about it.
You're allowed.
I'm allowed. So pretty much the only work I did was just kept on top of emails and socials and nothing else. And I feel much better for it. But this will be a good representation of where I was at when I left. So let me set the scene. We're flying early on a Friday morning. I think we had to leave around like 5:15. So I get home. I'd been working quite a lot that week and I hadn't really been home. I literally hadn't had a chance to do any of my washing, even think about. I don't think I knew which airport we were flying from till like 2 days before. I was like, oh, I should probably find that out. Which is bad for me. I'm like you. I'm also usually quite organised and I know what I'm doing.
Do you have someone in the group that's like the planner?
Yeah, me.
Was that you?
It's me and my friend Amy.
Okay.
And then the other two, shout out Francie and Sarah. You guys just come along for the ride. It's great. You provide all the lols. So Amy and I usually plan everything and we do like sort everyone's.
So Amy was riding solo this time.
Amy was, she had a big burden on her back because you're not ready for the story. So I get home on Thursday evening. I think I got home around 7:00 and I was supposed to stay at Amy's because they were driving us to the airport. And I got home and I was like, there's just no way I'm going to pack and get ready in the next hour or a couple of hours. And I don't really want to rock up to her house at like midnight. Like, I'm here, I'm ready for holiday. So I was like, just pick me up in the morning, drop your stuff off. We were sharing a suitcase because no one wants to pay those budget airlines.
That's the Bulgarian in you.
Yeah, exactly. The stinge. So I was like, just drop your stuff over at mine. I'll pack it. So she dropped her stuff off around 8:30 p.m. This is where my memory goes a bit funny. Not because of anything else, but just pure, like, exhaustion. I genuinely can't really remember much from the moment that Amy left. Not even my front door, like my dressing room door. So I think I fell asleep. I remember the last time that I saw on my phone was 8:43 p.m. Side note, I was still wearing my chef clothes, hadn't showered, hadn't eaten, all my lights were on at home. Literally just fell asleep. And I think I woke up maybe like 10 minutes later and I was like, right, I need to set an alarm because this is not going to end well. So I was like, I'm power nap for 20 minutes, then I'm going to get up and sort my life out. Obviously, my alarm went off in 20 minutes. I was like, no chance. Absolutely no chance. So I turned it off. And then I did have the sense to set an alarm for in the morning. At this point, this is where it goes downhill. You could just tell it's just not a good idea. I was like, I'll wake up at 3:30 in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
And pack and get ready then. My alarm, I don't remember my alarm going off at 3:30. Obviously, I was just like, nah, I'll snooze that. It'll be all right. I wake up to banging at my door. I look at my phone. I wake up and I'm like, where am I? What's my name? What's going on? Who's trying to break in? I think that was my first thought. I was like, someone's trying to break in my house. And then I remembered, I was like, oh, I'm going on holiday today. I look at my phone. It's 5:19 a.m.
Wow. What time were you supposed to leave?
5:15. And I'm like, I look at my phone. I've got like 5 missed calls from Amy, text from her being like, I'm here.
I think everyone's had one of those moments where you go for a nap and you wake up like with the
different
iPhone
universe.
charger wrapped around your neck, phone somehow on 4%, your mum calling you, someone at your door.
That was literally it. So I think my work phone was on like 13%. My other phone was probably on 6. I was lying fully clothed in my chef clothes from Thursday with all the lights on. on top of my bed covers.
Oh, wow.
And Amy was barreling my door down. So I just ran down the stairs. I opened the door and I was like, I have not packed a single thing. I don't even think I said hi. I was just like, you need to get in here and help me pack right now.
Because you were supposed to pack her stuff as well. Or were you still packing her stuff? Or?
Yes.
Right.
But her stuff was quite organised, so it literally just needed to go into
Probably
the suitcase.
more organised than yours.
Definitely more organised than mine. So, but to be fair to us, and Amy deserves a big shout out here, we left my house at 20 to 6. I packed, showered, got ready, out the door in 20 minutes.
Impressive.
I did not go to Crete in my chef trousers.
How long did you have between getting to the airport and, like, did you have any leeway? Or was
We had a lot of leeway. So this is where having a friend like Amy and Amy's family, her dad is super organised. So we were going to be at the airport like 3 hours in advance. So we were actually still there like 2 hours and 15 minutes early. But it was quite traumatic. Honestly, I don't think I recovered until about 3 p.m. in Crete on a beach. I was sat there and I was like, I think I've only just arrived back into my head, into the zone. I'm actually in Greece right now. I'm not really sure how I got here, but here we are.
Shout out to friends like Amy.
Yeah, shout out to friends like Amy. But yeah, so I spent the first couple of days basically just sleeping and doing not a lot else. Not a lot else.
That's good. Sometimes you need those days.
Yeah, so traumatic, but... So, moral of the story, if you ever think you're going to pack at 3 a.m, you're not. Just to save yourself. Just do it in the evening. Do it when you can. Don't think, I'm just going to sit down for 10 minutes. Just do it and then sit down for 10 minutes. Because you will end up like me, not packed at 5:20 in the morning.
Just off the side of that, do you remember when me and Mum were supposed to go to Prague?
I literally told that story in the airport.
Yeah, that one didn't end so well.
No. And the plane was right there for you guys.
And the plane was right there.
And they wouldn't let you on.
I think ours was a lot worse than that because we timed it.
Didn't you wake up when you were supposed to
Yes, we were supposed to be at Luton Airport from Oakham at about 5:15, and I woke up about 5:15. And I did exactly the same thing.
Had you packed?
No.
Why are we like this? We need to sort our lives out.
No, mine was worse because we were supposed to leave at around 3:30, and I came back from Bill's Bar in Oakham. Don't judge me. These were my younger
This
years.
Is so tragic.
I came back from Bill's Bar at around 1:45. So I had from 1:45 till about 3:30 to sleep, pack, and then leave. And I just went to sleep, set my alarm for half an hour. Obviously I think there's something with 3:30 alarms. They just don't go off.
Yeah.
Either that or I was just like,
conspiracy.
nah, not interested in this. And then, just slept through 5:30. And then Mum came in, woke me up. She was like, we missed it. I was like, no, we can still make it.
To be fair, you did. It was impressive. I think if you'd been 10 minutes earlier, you actually would have made it.
We literally missed it.
The plane was still there. They'd just shut the gate.
And we were also there. We were there about 15 minutes before the plane was due to take off. You know, usually there's like a bit of a delay.
Yeah.
The time everyone
This
gets
was the one time EasyJet.
This was the one time. It was on time, so we missed it. So that story didn't have a happy ending. But yours did. I'm glad it did.
Mine did.
Glad
Yes.
you made
And
it to
also,
Greece.
right. Actually, maybe this won't be for this episode. No, why not? Let's throw it in there. So, one of my friends who I was on holiday with, she's a trainee solicitor, very intelligent. Shout out Sarah, she's great. And we were having this conversation, and we were basically saying, because she's a little bit like me nowadays in that her job and like her role, she works like stupid hours, like most solicitors, and her work is very, very full on. And she's also like a super high performer. So she was saying that she always has been quite chaotic, but she was saying that she's got a lot more chaotic in her personal life because she has to be so organised at work.
Yeah.
And it's called no, that's not the same thing.
What were you going to say? Decision
fatigue. It's not the same thing, is it? Well, like, it kind of is. It does link a little bit because I think, it does link. Like, when your work life is so full on and you have to be so organised and make so many decisions, I think you often find with people like with professionals or people in big jobs or people that have big roles that their work life is a little bit, their personal life, sorry, is a little bit of a shambles. And that's because they put all their energy into work. As Miranda Priestley said, was it Miranda Priestley? No, Stanley Tucci in The Devil Wears Prada.
Oh, no.
Let me know when your let me know.
You're not coming out with the right quotes.
So he said, let me know when your personal life goes up in flames. That means you're due a promotion. That was it. Great line.
Facts. Don't ruin your personal lives for a promotion.
No, we don't subscribe to
we
the
don't
hustle
endorse
culture.
that, even though that's what we do.
Don't be like us and miss your flight to Prague.
Don't be like us, kids.
Because you're in Bill's bar.
Because, yeah.
So that's my update. Other than that, bakery, we did touch on that briefly, but that's happening. She's ready. She looks great.
Bakery's happening. There's just a few little final touches that we need to do. We need to get all the equipment in there.
Small things.
Minor, major touches.
No equipment in there at all. But other than that, it's ready.
Yeah.
We'd start baking in there tomorrow. It's just no equipment. And then London things.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about
London
that?
things, that's where the major updates are coming.
Go on.
So,
Lead
I don't know
the
if
way.
I've got that much to say about Unit. There's builders in there currently. They're making progress. We have an archway. You've seen the vlog.
the blog. For anyone not following, at unit.espresso on Instagram.
Do we have any posts yet?
No.
Okay.
But we will soon. So
Nice.
give it a follow because we're going to start doing some updates on there. And anyone who doesn't know, give people a quick rundown of what Unit is.
Quick rundown. Unit Espresso is a side project between myself and my friend, the tattoo artist that is Notorious Tattoo Gallery, whose name is Big.
You said that in such a weird way.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I'm like, do I call him... Because his actual name is not Big.
Yeah, but everyone knows him as Big.
Okay, right. So myself and Big are friends. And he's a tattoo artist.
I told you we should have caveated
This is a quick
podcast.
rundown. This is what a quick rundown is. So myself and Big are doing a joint project, which is going to be a coffee shop and tattoo studio all in one. It's going to be great. We've got some great ideas for it. We've got a couple of side-by-side units. They're now linked via an archway that the builders have recently put in. And it's going to be pretty crazy. Big's a pretty wild, he's like the wild artist type.
Yeah.
So he's constantly talking to me about sculptures and all the sorts of things that I don't understand that he's going to do in there. And he encourages, and I'm always like, I don't know about this, I don't know about that. And he just says, go and take some holiday and come back, which is probably the right way. I think it's the right way to deal with me in that scenario. So that's the project that's coming up. It's going to be the coffee shop side of it is smaller than any of our Fikas, but it is an experiment after all, and we're gonna see.
And
where that
Unit's
takes us.
kind of your vision, which is different to how we've done anything before. Well, how you've done anything before. So
exactly,
and it very much is your vision. Like we were just talking about some of the like designs and logos and stuff the other day, and I don't really like them. But let me know what you think, everyone.
Good.
I don't really like them, but that's fine because it's not my vision. I think you have a very clear vision of what you want it to be, and that's fine.
Yeah, and I can see it, if we pull it off well, I can see it becoming something bigger. I want us to get involved in music, events, all of that kind of stuff, and just really make a name for ourselves there.
Yeah, and I think you need to do something a bit more masculine as well. I think it's quite...
Yeah, Fika's a bit girly, guys.
No, but I think it is a lot like darker and moodier, and it does have like a more masculine edge to it.
Yeah.
And I think you need to channel that a little bit.
Yeah. Agreed. I think that's probably Julie.
No.
Julie, is that you? We're just recording a podcast. We've got 5 more minutes. You can sit here if you want, but
And watch us.
we've got a live audience. You can be like in one of those sitcoms where they clap and they laugh.
And then do we want to talk about the new?
I think we should talk about that.
The
I think we
newness.
should talk about that fully. I think we should mention the name of it, and I think we should. Yeah. Well, I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it.
So, Unit is my vision, And then there's going to be something else, which is going to be Tia's vision. Much more of a joint project between us, but I feel like you're very much leading the creative side of it.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Tell us.
So, we found a beautiful premises that we love.
Beautiful.
And it's the one. And it's in a perfect location. And we love it. And we're going to start a new brand. So we're not taking Fika to London, as we have said or hinted at before. But we have a name for the new brand. And the name is Juni. Juni. Everyone let us know what you think, because they can't respond. What do you think?
What do you think? Tell us now.
Let us know what you think. But we'll probably start putting out some Instagram stuff for that as well soon, some marketing content. But
is the Instagram up and running or not yet?
No, not yet. Okay. Not yet. So I decided on this name about 3 days ago.
Yeah.
But we've been struggling with the name for a while, haven't we?
Yeah.
And I feel like when the word Juni was said, I was like, yeah, that's it. So again, shout out to my friends, because we did a massive brainstorming session on holiday. I was basically held them at gunpoint, and I was like, no one's going to the beach until we've come up with a name.
Yeah.
And Juni was born. So
congratulations, baby Juni.
Baby Juni. Yeah. So keep eyes peeled for that. Concept.
Do you know what the Instagram is going to be yet, or not yet?
Not yet.
Okay. We'll keep you updated.
And concept, it will be very much, we're going to use the formula that we've used here.
Yeah.
But expand on it, build on it, do it more, do it better. Brunch, cocktails, small plates.
I think it's worth saying it's quite a big location, and it's in quite a prominent area.
Yeah.
And it could be very, very big. We're going into it with the idea that this becomes a real London institution. Yeah. We're talking like up there with the likes of Poppins, Jolene, Milk.
Yeah.
What else?
Jolene.
Yeah, we want this to become a real London institution.
Yeah.
I think we've got the right premises for it, and now we just need to
get down to work.
Yeah, put our backs
So
into it.
I think we need to talk in a separate episode about the journey of Juni's journey. And I guess like what we're doing between now and getting up and running, and some of the struggles that we're facing, because it's not easy. It's not easy currently.
I think that should be our next episode. I think we should talk about Juni, talk about the vision, talk about the struggles, and talk about the execution.
Yeah, lovely. Any personal life updates you want to give us?
No, not really.
Evo's still miserable. He still hates doing everything but working.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's about it.
Any personal life updates for you?
No, other than my holiday hilarious story. That's all good. Yeah.
I did enjoy the story.
Peace out, everyone.
Lovely to speak to you all. See you next time.
Bye.